Today, I'm sharing one of the most beautiful and meaningful traditions from my heritage, the blessed Polish Easter basket, or as we say in Polish, Święconka. Yeah, it's a mouthful, but it's such a beautiful one. There's something sacred about holding on to traditions, especially the ones that are passed down from those quiet, steady hands of our parents and grandparents. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world today. It's Michelle, your AGE-GILITY coach. For many Polish families around the world, yes, even in places like the US, Canada, Ireland, and Sweden, we bring these lovingly decorated baskets to the church to be blessed. This is one of my favorite childhood memories. Though its origin is deeply rooted in Christianity, this modern version of this tradition has grown into a beloved symbol of spiritual preparation in the joyful anticipation of Easter Sunday. Święconka, the blessing of the Easter basket, is one of the most cherished Easter customs, overflowing with symbolism, beauty, and meaning. It's dating back to the 17th century. Święconka is celebrated on Holy Saturday, when families bring baskets of food to church for blessing. These baskets aren't just filled with food, they're filled with symbols of faith, sacrifice, renewal, joy, and community. Each item inside tells a piece of the Easter history. Now, like for eggs, now that symbolizes new life and Christ's resurrection. Bread, the symbol of Jesus and the bread of Christ. Lamb is Christ's sacrifice, and we often, and this is often crafted from butter that you can still get at the grocery store today. Salt for the purification. Horseradish symbolizes the bitterness of suffering, and ham is the celebration of joy of abundance. These baskets are lined with beautiful embroidered linens and lace and adorned with boxwood springs, and is proudly carried into the church or church hall in our case. And oh my gosh, the delicious aroma of fresh baked bread that filled the air. After the blessing, the food is held with reverence and not eaten until Sunday morning, and adding to the sense of anticipation and the sacred celebration. And then my mom used to burn whatever the leftovers were. You could not throw out less food. But over time, especially here in the US, much of this tradition has quietly faded, especially after the loss of our beloved parents of the greatest generation, those who held tight to their culture and faith no matter where they lived. Now, in my own life, I try to honor these roots the best way I know how. Each year, my dear friend Mary comes over and we gather to bake my mom's handwritten Easter bread Placek recipe from her book. This was copyrighted in 1948. And we affectionately call our Easter bread Mrs. Jacek's Placek. Now, Jacek is the Polish way of saying my maiden name, Jacek. And it's a moment of connection, laughter, and sometimes a little frustration when that dough just doesn't behave. But does the beauty of the crumbly topping, which is my favorite part, does that actually come out like hers? Not quite. But we keep trying. And how I wish I could just call her and ask, Mom, what are we doing wrong? And with her gentle laugh and her knowing way, when the dough was just right, these moments live on in my memory. And with every loaf we bake, every sprinkle of flour on the counter is a whisper of her love and her legacy. You don't need to be Polish to appreciate the beauty of this. You just need to value where you come from and be willing to pass it on, even when it's not perfect. This tradition reminds me not just only of my roots, but the deep connection between family, food, and faith. It's also a gentle reminder to pause, reflect, and bring intention and great gratitude into our lives at the present, something that never goes out of style, and no matter what age you are or the stage of life you're in. Therefore, this Easter, whether you bring a basket to church to get blessed, you gather with loved ones for Easter brunch, or you just try your hand at an old family recipe, this is what I've learned. Tradition doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. It just must be kept alive with love. So again, whether you're Polish or not, consider creating a little blessing basket of your own this weekend. Even if it's just a few items that are meaningful to you, it's a beautiful way to mark the season of renewal. And if you've ever seen or participated in a Święconka, drop me a comment. I would love to hear your story. So here's to new life, old tradition, and the joy of community. And may your home be filled with sweet aroma of hope, blessings, and maybe a slight of homemade Placek. Happy Easter. Bye for now. See you next week. Have a good one.